Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji, thank you so much for joining. Looks like today is Nasim Lord's appearance day, Nasim Jayanti. So Lord Nasim Day today, that's called Vaisak month, Shukla Paksh and Chaturdasi Tithi. So today Narsimha Chaturdasi Jayanti we are celebrating. Maybe many of the devotees are there in celebrating that, but still I wanted to be over here, and because I have come to my parents' place, so I'm not, and there is no ISKCON temple nearby. I can't participate in this live the puja and also the offerings being done to the Lord. So I thought, why not to do the offering through the the Zoom. That is a platform where, Zoom is also like a temple where the devotees are assembling, and Zoom is a temple where so many devotees come together. They listen to the Krishna Katha, they listen to the pastimes of the Lord, and making everyone situated at the most, the aspired platform wherein we all are joining together for the unflinching faith in the Lord and listening to the devotional part of our life. So anyway, we'll start. Hare Krishna, Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna, Vijayalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna, Jayalakshmi Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hanumantrao Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam.
Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Prabhuji Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam.
Hanumantrao Prabhuji పేరులో కనకవల్లి మాతాజీ వస్తుంది.
Oh, okay. Okay, please forgive me. Hare Krishna Mataji. So let us start. Kritika Mataji, I have just made you co-host in case in some assistance is required. Please assist me. Actually, Sriyas Prabhu and Govardhan Prabhu, probably they will not be able to assist me now because they are in temple. So let's be okay. We are 9 people here. Let's start our Mangalachar. So I'll just share. Anybody? I'll share it. Just give me a. Is it visible?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So anybody wants to do that? Yeah, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Please go ahead, Mataji. Om
Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshunnilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Praschatya Desatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Sri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nitya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So today we are going to listen to one of the most revered, and I can tell you actually canto number 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this pastime of the Lord, and the Lord is Lord Narsimhadev. So one of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, who comes as Lord Narsimhadev. So here the glorification is done. But as we know, so this all happened, as I explained, that Lord Narsimhadev has appeared on in the month of Vaishak, that is mid-April to mid-May. So Shukla Paksha, that's a waxing moon, and for the 14th day, that is the Chaturdasi. So by the calendar, by the Vedic calendar, he appears on the Chaturdasi Tithi, and that's why it is known as Narsimhadev Chaturdasi. And we celebrate it, Hare Krishna, and we celebrate it as a Narsimhadev Chaturdasi, and we today basically wait for the arrival of the Lord. But actually, this pastime has happened. Hare Krishna, Bindu Mataji. So this pastime has happened, and I will just try to take you back. Before that, let me just talk about, because the devotees, very important to know. Please forgive me, because probably I'm at a new place, and so new setup is there. So maybe if internet and all that issues might come, but hopefully it should not happen. So this pastime I'm talking about, it happens somewhere in this kalpa itself, and like we are into which I have talked about this before also. Which Manamantar we are into?
Vaivasvasa.
Vaivasvat. Yeah, Vaivasvat Mantar. So Vaivastu Manu is the in charge, and this is the which one? The number? This is the seventh. Yes, and this is out of the one of the, like, there are 14 Manvantars in one. There are 14 Manvantars. Yeah.
One kalpa.
Yes. So anyway, so there are 1,000 such kind of Div Yugas, which is equal to 1 day of Brahmaji. Yeah, 1 day of Brahmaji. So 1 day of Brahmaji and 1 night of Brahmaji. So if we say 4 crore 32 lakh years, multiplied by 2, it will come to that. And if we multiply it to the 100 years of the Brahmaji, so Brahmaji lives about 3.11 trillion years. And after that, Brahma also gets annihilated. So that is like that's a Mahapralaya. So after every 14 I mean, like the period of one Manvantar, there will be a small parla, and that is why it all happens on. So we are talking about this Vaivasvatam, Manu's period, and this Manvantar, our 7th Manvantar in this Satyuga. And Lord appears like in a different, I mean, the incarnation happens. So before that, we will just try to understand why this all happened and why Lord had to take this form. So in fact, if we serve Krishna, Krishna is very happy, and we also are happy. But we are more happy when we serve and when we listen about the devotee of a Krishna, the devotee of the Lord. So here we are going to talk about which devotee of the Lord?
His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Prabhuji. His Divine Grace.
No. Today we are talking
Prahlad
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad
Yes.
Maharaj Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare
And
Krishna.
also, who is Hiranyakashipu? Father of?
Father of Prahlad Maharaj.
Okay, but is he not a devotee?
Devotee only.
He is a devotee. Jai Vijay. He is
Yes,
Jai
yes.
Vijay.
Yeah, Jai Vijay. Yes. No. So I just wanted to actually bring some kind of platform where we all will try to understand how all these things have happened. And my class will end at 8:25 because my next Bhagavatam class is there from 8:30. So I will try to concise that and try to give you the. I mean, morning we have done the narration in Hindi and English, and but I'll give little more of injections of Bhagavatam and what all happened on all these things, trying to gist it out, because there are many chapters, like in Canto 7 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter number 1, and it happens till like 10th chapter. So I'm just trying to summarize it, and I'll just in this way I'll try to bring you this Narsimhadev, appearance of Lord Narsimhadev, who Prahlad Maharaj was, who was Jai Vijay and how it all happened. So, in fact, in Prabhupada's one of the lecture while he was giving, what he said is that he said, and when the lecture ended, he said, all glories to Hiranyakashipu. So everybody was surprised. All glories to Hiranyakashipu. Why? So, because if Hiranyakashipu would not have been there, Prahlad Maharaj would not have been there. And if Prahlad Maharaj would not have been there, then Narsimha would not have appeared. So that is why he said that that's why all glories to Hiranyakashipu, because we were able to witness the pastime of Lord. So in Canto 7, basically Prahlad Maharaj's life we are talking about. He actually, and before that, just I would like to say that he was a devotee, but not only a devotee. In fact, he got coronated at the age of 5 years. He became a king at the age of 5. And he was one of the most pious kings. And he was like a perfect Brahmana. He was known to be the person with no guilt for anything. He was so peaceful and he was like equiposed. He never had any kind of dejections for anyone. And he didn't have any kind of, like, usually people have cribs, like we keep on cribbing for listening to others. But he didn't have any complaint from anyone. Anyone means anyone. So such was Prahlad Maharaj's great qualities were there. And he was, how he was, that why did he get those qualities? We'll see. And Prahlad Maharaj actually being a son of he was born in a Asura family. And he was he was the greatest of the devotee of the Lord. So our birth is not the criteria of us for becoming a devotee. Nowadays, actually, people always sometimes, they are very much, they boast about their birth in a certain kind of family or whatever it is. But we should understand that birth is not the criteria for anyone to become a devotee. In fact, you see Prahlad Maharaj's son, Prahlad Maharaj's grandson. Son was Virochan, and then grandson was Bali Maharaj. All these were in Asura family, in the lineage of Hiranyakashipu, the great demon. So that's why listening about the great devotee brings in a lot of purification. And for a devotee, it's very important that we should listen again and again. I know that this you must have read. Even I have read it right from my childhood about Prahlad Maharaj and who Hiranyakashipu was there. Holika is being celebrated with the pyre Holika used before Holi, one day before Holi. This all happened. So we are knowing many things, but still listening with the perspective from different mouth, and also from, like, when we are doing Krishna Katha, one very important thing I am going to tell you today. Just remember this. When I am telling you this, one of the most important thing which you will be really is somebody, because I think if some people would have more joined, they would be very happy to listen to that. This was said by Prabhupada. What he said is, when Krishna Katha is going on, Yamraj comes and sits in that Krishna Katha. Yamraj comes and sits in the Krishna Katha. And when the Krishna Katha is going on, what is happening? The devotees are also sitting there. Yamraj is a Mahajan. He is a great devotee of Lord. So if Yamraj comes at your place, you don't have to go to Yamraj's place. So people who don't listen to Krishna Katha, they have to go to Yamraj's place. So people who are there listening to Krishna Katha, Yamaraj is already sitting with us. So he will not come to your house. So that's why very important. And this is not that I am saying this was said by the great Prabhupada. And also it is mentioned in the Shastras also. It is that the person who is listening to all the pastimes, the golden pastimes of the Lord, is always situated in the highest of the mode of he has the unflinching faith in the Lord. That's why you all are listening. Here, 12 people, why you are sitting and listening to a person who wants to speak something and you want to carry over it all? Just because you have unflinching faith in the Lord. And that is why you are listening to this. So let us start with that. So on, getting the news of the brother, so Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha was actually born to Rishi Kashyap and Mother Diti. Mother Diti actually, she desired to have union with Kashyap Rishi during the unwanted time, that is in the evening time. And evening time is meant for worshipping the Lord. And at that point of time, actually Lord Shiva is roaming just to see that people are doing the pious activities. Early morning, dawn, that is basically Brahma Muhurat, and also in the that is called a Sandhyaka. And Aditi forced Kashyap Rishi, and because of that union, the Kashyap Rishi said that now the two great, he is saying the great, two great, the demons are now you have entered into your womb. So she was completely aghast, and she said that they are going to torment this world. And after listening to this, he went to take bath, and after coming to that, then he consoled her that because she started to, she was so perturbed and she was so disturbed. She said that if this is going to happen, what will happen? They said, don't worry, you will. This is the birth of demons will be a curse to you, but there will be a birth of a great, great devotee in your, this family, who is going to bring glories to everyone. After that, Mother Deti did not allow these two demons to come out for 100 years. After 100 years, obviously, mother cannot hold the child for a long time. She had to deliver. So these two, when they were delivered, that very point of time, they started to grow in such a big size that Hiranyaksh became so tall that it was touching like, you can imagine the sky, like we talk about the ether. So it was so big. And Hiranyakashipu was also equally big. And Hiranyaksh, by the nature, he wanted to fight with each and everyone. Whomever he is seeing, you fight with me, he will defeat. Whomever he is seeing, he will fight with me. He went to Indralok. Everyone ran away from there. He went to Varun Lok. Varun Lok, he said he went there. Then he told Varun Devta that I want to. He first prostrated. He gave his Dandvat Pranam to Varun Devta and he said, you fight with me. I have only Vidya, you want to fight. Please fight with me. He said, I am not going to fight with you. I am already old and I know you are a great fighter. Varun Devta said that yes, but you can fight with one equally and more potent than you. You can. He said, who can be that? He said, you go and you will see that who that person is, and he will teach you a lesson. By that time, actually, what Hiranyaksh has done is he has taken the Mother Earth and he has put it into Garbhotaka ocean. The Garbhotaka ocean is the lowest region of the ocean, where after going there, Mother Earth is suffering. So Lord actually Varahadev appears from the nostril of Brahmaji. He also starts growing in the size. And finally, I just want to cut short that this death of Hiranyaksh. He gives one solid slap to Hiranyaksh and everything, eyes and teeth and everything came out, and Hiranyaksh died. So Varahadev incarnation, the boar incarnation, left, and now Hiranyakashipu gets this news that his brother has left. So he was not happy. He was not happy. He felt that a person like when he got that news that Vishnu has actually killed, he said that Vishnu is like, he is not playing equal. Actually, he is equal to everyone. By his nature, he has to be equal to everyone. But now he is favoring demigods and he is against Asuras. In fact, in Bhagavatam 7.7 chapter, 7th canto, 2nd chapter, 26th verse, he says, Lord has given up all his natural tendency of equality to all Asuras and Devtas. Now I will sever his head. Sever means I'll cut his head and I'll bring happiness to my brother. So this is what hope Hiranyakashipu takes because his brother was killed. Now, after that, what he says is, he gives instruction to all the great, all the demons, other demons who were there. What he says is, now you go and plunder each and every ashram. Go and destroy all the Vedic culture. Go and destroy the traditional Brahmanical culture which is existing. And ensure that all the rishis who are doing tapasya, who are doing this sacrifices, who are doing this yajna, sorry. So then immediately after giving the instruction, these demons started to play havoc. And they started to drop in the yagya. They started to drop all the waste, like they started to drop bones. They started to urinate and all those things, like whatever you can imagine, all the scurrilous activities was going on. And in this way, Hiranyakashipu, but he is also like, he knows, he knows the philosophy. Even that great, he's called the Hiranyakashipu as a demon, but he knew every philosophy about it. Because Hiranyaksha, his brother, has died, he went to the wife of Hiranyaksha. So the wife of this Hiranyaksha was Rushabhanu, and the sons. They were 9 sons of Hiranyaksha. So he went and tried, because his brother, as a brother, he went and tried to pacify and also pacified Diti, Mother Diti, and he said that this is a part of the life. And he's giving philosophy, and he made them to pacify, and he said that, and also said that I'm going to take the revenge of my brother's death. So yeah, and what then after that, what he did is he went to Mandrachal Parvat. Mandrachal Parvat, he went there, he started to do tapasya. He did it for 100 celestial years, 100 divya, like it's called one celestial year, 100, like 1 year is equal to 360 days. And if we talk about 100 celestial years, it is 36,000 years. So 36,000 years he did tapasya in Satyuga. He could have done that. And just imagine standing on 2 legs with hands high on the fingertips. He was standing, and he started to do the Ashtanga yoga. And after doing that Ashtanga yoga, they went on till the time the body was completely covered with the dirt, completely covered with the grasses, the wild grasses, and his body was eaten away by ants. There was nothing left out in his body. He was covered completely with the earth. And only thing what he did is, because of doing Ashtanga yoga and the Ashtasiddhi, he was able to control the pranavayu. The pranavayu which is there, he controlled, and he said that he was just remembering and just trying to concentrate upon the tapa which he was doing. And finally, Brahmaji appears. And after Brahmaji appears, what he says is that Brahmaji said, and why Brahmaji appeared? Because of his tapa, the fire was coming out from that place, and that fire was emanating, and it was creating lot of heat throughout the Brahmanda, and the heat was being faced by people who were there in Swargaloka, people in the other Bhuvarloka, Tapaloka. Just so, and because of his tapa, everything was like shaking. So they went to Brahmaji. They requested Brahmaji to look after this situation. Brahmaji immediately descended, and he just called Hiranyakashipu, and he took some water out of his kamandal, and he just threw it. So immediately, because of the effect of that water, that pure water which he brought from Brahmaloka, immediately he got that body, and he got his body. He regained the senses, and seeing Brahmaji, he prostrated, and he said that, "Oh, my father, you appeared. I was praying to you," because he was doing tapasya for Brahmaji to get the benedictions. So he said, "You make me mortal." Brahmaji said that, "I am not mortal. How can I make you mortal?" So it's not possible for me to make you mortal, because even I also, one day, I am also immortal. I am also mortal. I am not immortal. Don't think that I am mortal. Then he said, okay. Then he said that, okay, since you have appeared, and since you have said that you have promised me to give the benediction, so he started to lay down the conditions that nobody can kill me. I will be not killed by any animal, man, this Gandharvas, Chataka, any kind of thing. So they cannot kill me. Nobody can kill me in a day. Nobody can kill me in the night. Nobody can use any weapons to kill me. And also he said that that I will not be killed in the house, outside the house. He laid down all the all whatever he could have thought about as an intelligent person, he thought that I am the most intelligent, and he started to make those conditions so that laid down conditions will make him most powerful. And he requested, please give me all the like siddhis. A siddhi he already had. Apart from that, he said that I can be the most powerful and I can rule all the three worlds. You have to grant me that power. So after getting that, Hiranyakashipu started to roam, and then what he was doing is he was tormenting each and every, right from the Mother Earth till the third loka. He went and he in fact drove away Indra, and he captured Amravati, Swargaloka. Swargaloka was captured by Hiranyakashipu. And he sat on the throne, and he occupied the best palace which Indra was having, which he used to utilize with the Sachi Mata, so wife of Indra, and drove all of them out from there. So they were struggling, they were living here and there, just like in herds. Sometimes when people have to live in places when they are left out, and when you go to some journey and you find that there's no place to stay. So such was the condition of the Devtas, demigods. So they were struggling. These Devtas were not able to understand what to do. Then immediately Indra said that let us go to Brahmaji. And they started to do prayers. And whom they were praying to? They were praying to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu said that don't worry, I am going to appear very soon. So now Hiranyakashipu, in between what has happened is that when he was doing tapasya, at that point of time, when he went to Mandarchal Parvat, I just narrated you what has happened in between this. I'm just telling you what happened exactly. These demigods attacked the palace of Hiranyakashipu. Now see, Hiranyakashipu was attacked and captured everything. Before that, actually, Indra has come, attacked the Hiranyakashipu's palace and all the kingdom, the demigods. Okay, they did not do what Asuras do. They basically captured and they basically captured the palace, and then also they captured Kayadu, wife of Hiranyakashipu. So when they captured Kayadu and they wanted to kill, because they got the information that there is a child inside the womb of Kayadu, the son of Hiranyakashipu, and they wanted to kill because Indra said that immediately, who is the person who comes and saves everybody? Any answer?
Narad Maharishi, Prabhuji.
Narad Maharishi. Yeah, Narad Maharishi, Narad the Dev Rishi, Narad the great saint. So every time he comes to save the people who are under distress, immediately when he saw that Indra is going to commit a big offense, very, very big offense is going to commit, because he is going to kill a Mahabhagwat who is in the womb of Kayadu. Immediately he came, he said, Indra, you don't do this. What you are going to perform is the highest level of the offense which you cannot imagine. Then he said that what? Because he is the Hiranyakashipu's son, he is going to become a great demon. Why should not I kill him? Then he said that you don't know, he is the biggest devotee of the Lord Vishnu, and he is going to come just to save us, save all of you. Don't you remember the prayers of which you have gone and given to the Lord Vishnu, and he has promised that he is going to come, and because of him the Lord Vishnu is going to come and save all of you. Immediately they circumambulated Kayadu. All the demigods started to give the circumambulation. They just prayed and they went back to their kingdom. And then Kayadu, she was very afraid. So what she said that please to Narad, please give me protection, because the child which is in my womb needs a protection. So Narad, she said, my daughter, don't worry, you please come to my ashram. And Narad Rishi took Kayadu to his ashram, and there what he did for 100 years. Again, I am talking about the years. Maybe this happens in Satyuga. We cannot talk. The perspective in Kali Yuga. We just have to think about that. This is that time when it is Kali Yuga. Satyuga, which I was talking about. So for 100 years, Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of Kayadu, and for those many years, what Kayadu did is that she was serving Narad Rishi, and also Narad Rishi was giving commentary on Bhagavatam. telling the each and every aspect of Bhagavatam. And what was happening? For these many years, Prahlad Maharaj inside the womb of the mother, he learned the Srimad Bhagavatam. That Srimad Bhagavatam, which people after coming in the birth, after taking birth also, people don't try to do it. He already learned and knew about that in the womb of the mother itself. And that is why it's very important for all of us to know that the perspective of a Bhagavatam. Why? Because you can know that if the child, like I narrated yesterday, actually I got to know from one of the devotee when I was interacting with in the Bhagavatam session. He said that, Prabhuji, actually my wife, I have one son and one daughter. 9-month period after Garbhadan Sanskar, I completed Bhagavatam. I narrated the whole Bhagavatam in 9 months of period, both during the stage of my son birth and my daughter birth. Before they were born, I have already given the commentary in Bhagavatam. My wife was able to listen to 2 times, and actually have done it for my son and my daughter. And I said, I gave my oblations, I gave my respect to both those. They are very young. One, the Mataji, the daughter is just 1 year old, and the son is, I think, 2 or 3 years old. I said that this is they are Mahan Bhagavad. I offer my prayers at their lotus feet. So we have to understand, we have to give the knowledge to our children. Then, because today the many things which we are missing is that we are not trying to make our children God conscious, that is Krishna conscious. That's very important. So Prahlad Maharaj got this, and by the time he was delivered, by that time Hiranyakashipu comes back, and now the situation has changed. Hiranyakashipu is back. Demigods have been driven away. They are roaming here and there, and Hiranyakashipu has occupied all the power, and he has made like Narka became Swarga, Swarga became Narka, and everything was just ulta pulta. And he started what he started? He started International School of Demons. ISB is there, no? International School of Business in Hyderabad. He started ISD, International School of Demons, teaching all the demonic qualities. Prahlad Maharaj, now he grew up, and actually when Prahlad Maharaj was almost like 3 to 4 years of age, he immediately gave the responsibility to son and mother. So the 2 sons of Sukracharya, basically. So he said that you become the Siksha Guru, and you take care of Prahlad Maharaj's education. But Prahlad Maharaj is already educated anyway, because Prahlad Maharaj was instructed by his father. He went there. So, after going, he starts get education. He's okay, so, as though whatever demonic things were being taught to him, he started to he was listening to them. But he was equiposed, as I told you before, the quality. He was a perfect Brahmana. Acha, anybody knows what is a Brahmana? Hare Krishna. Anybody can tell me just who is the Brahmana?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can you please repeat the question?
Who is Brahmana?
Prabhuji, can I try, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Who controls the senses?
Yes. Okay.
The Brahmanas.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Who engages in Lord's devotional service as per Vedas, as prescribed in Vedas, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Correct.
who preaches about the Lord, about the Lord to others.
Yes, Mataji. Yes. Thank you. So you are very, very correct. All of you are said is very true. But I'll tell you just one simple line. One who is the nearest to the God is a Brahman. So make yourself nearest to the God. And one who's farthest away from the God, you can consider to be any categories of people. So Brahmana is one who is nearest to the God, unflinching faith in the God. The Brahmana is, and as you all gave all these qualities, actually Brahmana has, you talked about the 8 qualities of a Brahmana. One qualities you all told about, but what I summed up is in one sentence. If anybody asks who is the Brahmana, you said that you can immediately say the one who is nearest to the God is a Brahmana. People. Okay. So he was a Brahmana, equipoised, and he had all the knowledge. And equally at the age of 4 years, because what happened is that one time when this Hiranyakashipu asked, one, 1 minute. So even Hiranyakashipu asked him, to Prahlad Maharaj, because he's young, no? So he called from this Gurukula, Indian School of Demons, International School of Demons. He called and he said that, my dear Prahlad, you are now getting education. So tell me what you have learned. So then Prahlad Maharaj says, it's basically, actually, it's very nicely said that Tatsadu manye survare dehinam sat samudvigna diyam asatgrahat etvatma patam graham andakupam vanam gato yad dharmim ashriyate. So what he says is, my father, the most important thing which was Prahlad, oh, best of the asuras, king of the day, my father, as I have learned from my spiritual master, any person who accepted a temporary body or a temporary household is certainly embarrassed by anxiety because of falling in a dark well where there is no water but only suffering. One should give up the position and go to the forest. More clearly, one should go to Vrindavan, where only Krishna consciousness is prevalent, and should thus take shelter of Supreme Personality of Godhead. After listening to this, Hiranyakashipu, he called the two Siksha Gurus. I said, "Are you idiots? What you have done? This fellow is teaching me all this kind of, go take Krishna consciousness. He's telling me that I am into the deep pool, a deep well, which is very dark. What kind of knowledge you are giving?" They said, no, this knowledge we have not given. So how he is talking like this? 1 year have wasted teaching this only to him? He said, no, we have not taught. We are teaching you all the sorts of demoniac things which you have told to, because we want to make him a great demon. He said, what kind of demon you have made? He has become a Vaishnava. Certainly, okay, you have not taught. This means that you are giving permission to some Vaishnava who is coming inside and teaching it. He said, no, we are not giving permission to anyone. Nobody can enter. He said, then how come he is talking like this? Okay, you take him back. Again, you give education. Again, you teach him. And the next time when he comes, so this time what he does is, again, Prahlad Maharaj, he calls and he sits in the lap of Hiranyakashipu. He says again, my dear son, now since you have gone back and now what you have learned is, then he starts saying, Prahladu Vacha. So this is the 2 verses of 7th canto, 5th chapter, 23 and 24. Sri Prahladu Vacha, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Arsanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atnivednam, Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu, Bhaktis Chena Nava Lakshana, Kriyate Bhagavati Ada, Tanmayedutam Uttamam. So now, again, he says that, Prahlad Maharaj, that my father, my great, he says that you are the greatest of the demon. Hearing and chanting about the holy transcendental name, form qualities paraphernalia, and the pastimes of the Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship within 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord's one's best friend, and surrendering everything to him. The Navda Bhakti, the 9 process, are accepted as a pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 Navda Bhakti, that is 9 methods, should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired all the knowledge. And after listening this, he started to pluck his hair out. This fellow, what he has learned, this fellow has made me mad. And he shouted, he started to shout. And when Hiranyakashipu is shouting, whole world is shivering. He said, call that 2 great their teachers. They say that their teacher, throw them out of this International School of Demons. And what this child has learned is teaching me again. And he was so angry that he threw Prahlad Maharaj out of his lap. And he was so angry. And he said, he gave the orders, kill him. Kill this the boy. Because even after 2 years, this person is not understanding. And by that time, what he has done is, in the school, there were 4 sons of Prahlad. 4 sons of Hiranyakashipu. So these 4 brothers. So Prahlad Maharaj was one who was the eldest one among them, he started to teach all the other sons also. Same thing. And other children who was there in Gurukula, they, in fact, these two, Supraja, there's both the Siksha Guru, they were scratching their head that what has happened. They started to do Sankirtan. They started to jump. They started to dance. And this was in front of their eyes. They, in fact, started to whip them, but nothing. I mean, they were just enjoying, just like Haridas Thakur got whipping at 24 places in the market, and still he was saying that I will chant Hare Krishna. So that is the way Prahlad Maharaj, as a devotee, he very young. Now he was given. Now I will tell you the things which was happened with Prahlad Maharaj, because this is more important to know. Now we will try to conclude, because now we will bring even our Narsim Dev. So now Prahlad Maharaj is going through all kinds of atrocities. He was given poison. He was thrown into the room which was full of cobras. He was thrown from a top of the mountain. He was thrown in front of the mad elephants. He was thrown in front of the cruel wild animals. He was tied with a stone and threw inside the ocean. And lastly, the mother, the sister of Hiranyakashipu, Holika, he ordered Holika, you have a boon. You will be able to, if you sit in the fire, nothing will happen to you. But burn this child. Holika grabbed Prahlad Maharaj, went inside that fire, and she was sitting. Lord Vishnu, what he did? He just took out that and just wrapped Prahlad Maharaj. When he was falling from the top of the mountain, he was saying Narayan, 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 Narayan. Immediately Lord came and just caught hold of him and put him. When he was there inside the ocean with the stone, heavy stone, again he is saying Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. Narayan comes and cuts the rope and takes him out. Every time Narayan is there. So after so much of that, he grew so angry, and all the people, they came and said that we have given enough of whatever you told. We are not able to kill him. Then he called you, Prahlad Maharaj, please come. And brought him inside and said that, who is the one who is saving you? He said that everybody is being saved by Vishnu. He said, okay, so I'm not saving you, Vishnu is saving you. Yes, Vishnu is saving me. And he is saving not only me, he is saving you also. Please take the shelter of Vishnu. He got so disturbed. And this fellow is again telling me this thing. You catch hold of this person and tie him. And immediately he said that, you are saying that Vishnu is, yes. He said that Vishnu is present everywhere, that he is helping you. He said, yes. Your question itself is wrong. You should ask me where Vishnu is not there. Vishnu is everywhere. He said, oh, acha, you are saying Vishnu is everywhere. He told that tie this Prahlad to one of the pillars which was there inside the courtroom. Like the palace. The one big pillar was there in the center pillar. And in the center pillar, because by that time, actually, Lord has already gone into that pillar. And it was so hot. And Prahlad Maharaj was tied on that pillar. And then but it was so hot that Prahlad Maharaj, when he was tied with that pillar, he did not, it was like a very, he's embracing his father. It was so cold. He's enjoyed there. But it was burning hot. Because Lord Narasimhadev has gone into that pillar. Then he said that, you are saying that pillar, now I have tied it to this pillar, now you tell this pillar to save. Is Vishnu in this pillar also? He said, yes, my father is here also. He said, this fellow is mad. He says that he's in the pillar. I will break this pillar and I'll see that who Vishnu is there inside. When he came to hit that pillar with his fist, immediately pillar exploded. And Narsim Dev appeared from there. So that's why. So appearance of Narsim Dev. Let us at least do the Sankirtan for a minute. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Hare Rama
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama Hare
Hare Rama
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 Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare
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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare. And with these prayers, Prahlad Maharaj immediately prostrated in front of Lord Narsimdev, and immediately Narsimdev, he was in the Ugra form. He was Ugram Viram. Can anybody repeat that? Ugram Viram Mahavishnu.
ज्वलन्तं शर्वतोमुखं नरसिंहं भीषणं भद्रं मृत्युं मृत्युं नमाम्यहम्.
And yes, after this, when yes, Narsimdev Bhagwan ki jai. So Narsimdev now has appeared, and when Hiranyakashipu sees Narsimdev, he is afraid, seeing that gigantic size. And what kind of personality has come? Neither he is human, neither he is animal. He is looking like a terrific lion. Upper portion of the body, lower portion of the body is like a human being, and his hairs are flowing in the whole of the world. I mean, like in the skies. Such was the gigantic size of the Lord Narsimhadev, and he was bigger in the size of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu himself was so big, you can imagine how long, I mean, how big he was. And he was so ferocious. That's Ugram Viram. And that Ugra, his voice was so that whole the three worlds, or you can say the whole universe, all other universes, they were just shivering. In fact, sun was traveling from east to west, sun started to travel from back to east. There was so much of commotion because of the noise which was created. Everything was shattering, and there was a silence throughout everywhere. But one group of people, the sadhus and sants, they understood that Lord has appeared. And then Hiranyakashipu, he fainted after seeing. First time when he saw, he fainted. But he got up, and then he said, now I'm going to fight. And he started to fight. And this was the time which has happened is the afternoon time. Narsimhadev appeared in afternoon. And because of the desire of the Jai Vishnu, they actually wanted to enjoy the Veer Rasa. That is why the Veer Rasa, in fact, Lord is enjoying, because their desire, Lord is fulfilling. So, and in fact, Narsimhadev, Lord has, what happened is that he, now he's approaching towards Hiranyakashipu, and so Hiranyakashipu, then immediately he took that his mace, and he started to fight. So Lord is now enjoying the Veer Rasa. He said no, so that there is no rasa. So he is enjoying the Veer Rasa over there. and the Lord kept on fighting for almost 3 to 4 hours. You can imagine. I'm talking about with the perspective of our present time. He went on fighting for afternoon, and he went on till the evening time. And finally, when the evening time came, Lord now understood that this is the time I have to kill him. And then he took him where? He took him to the, like the, in the house you see that's the door. The door, it's neither outside, it's now neither. He sat on the door. He picked up Hiranyakashipu. By this time, Hiranyakashipu was already exhausted. He picked him up and he did the heart surgery. First heart surgery happened. Took out the heart, threw it, and took out that, because there was nothing, and he was such a gigantic size, and Hiranyakashipu was also so big. So he immediately took out the intestines. I mean, please, it's his Lord, so he can do anything, and he just put it as a garland. And then he was so much of ferocious. Oh man, he's not making noise. After killing also, he was not like, he was still in the roaring form. So when Lord Shiva saw him, he ran away. Brahmaji ran away. All ran away. In fact, Lakshmi Devi was called, you please specify your husband. He said, no, he's not my husband. I have never seen my husband like this. My husband is very cool. He sleeps. I catch hold of his feet and he's nicely smiling and he's sleeping. He said, I have never seen, I cannot go in front of him. Then ultimately Brahmaji said that by somebody has to go and specify. So immediately they sent Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj went and he started to do the stuti. Because we don't have much time, I would have actually wanted to, go through the chapters, but I know that time is short. So then Prahlad Maharaj did the stuti, and that's there in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Beautiful stuti, beautiful prayers to Lord Narsimdev. And after that, Narsimdev, he went near to Narsimdev, he prayed, and he immediately Narsimdev got pacified. Prahlad Maharaj offered a flower garland, and then he said, everybody is afraid. Why you are not afraid? He said that you are my father. Why should be a cub of a lion afraid of a lion? He plays in front of his father, but I don't have to be afraid. After that, in fact, Prahlad Maharaj, if you see, Ahobilam is the place which people from from our Hyderabad or nearby know that Ahobilam is the place where that pillar was there. No, you all know, na? Ahobilam is the place where that pillar is there, and also Melikoti is their place where that Vigra, that is over there. So there are a few places over here which is very, very famous for all these pastimes which has happened. And Prahlad Maharaj actually at the sea, his father is a biological father. No? Anybody will feel sad about that. So Lord knew that. So Lord caught hold of Prahlad Maharaj, and he was sitting there, and he said, don't worry, my son. Your father is a great devotee. He is my doorkeeper in the Vaikuntha. So he has gone back to his place actually, and he also explained that what has happened. All these desires, and he just said that he was cursed for 3 births to become a demon. So 1 birth he has come. This is the first birth, and he will take 2 more times, and he specified that. And he said that now it is your duty to glorify your birth. So he said that you please rule. And Prahlad Maharaj, after that, he ruled for n number of years. And he at that point of time, his kingdom and everything was very, very, very he ruled in such a way that Asuras, because he was in Asura Kol, but in those days, the Asuras who were leaving, they also became like Devtas. They also started to follow whatever regulations and everything was there. So it was the most peaceful time in the Satyuga when Prahlad Maharaj and also Narsim Dev blessed him. One blessing which he gave is that since you had unflinching faith in me, and also you have been chanting my name, you are going to deliver 14, like what we talk about, your 14 generations, so that they are going to be relieved from each and every sin. And that's why you see that great Mahabhagavats were born in the lineage of Prahlad Maharaj. So that is what is the mercy of the Lord. So today, listening to the Prahlad Maharaj's qualities and listening to, because I could not talk much about Prahlad Maharaj, but just wanted to explain you and give you some like who Prahlad Maharaj was there. And immediately we can understand that knowing the glories of the Lord, we also get situated in that mode where we have also to develop the same unflinching faith in the Lord, who comes and who delivers all of us. So that is what we all have to be have in our heart. So it's already 8:26. If you have any questions, please you can ask, or else we will conclude the session over here. I have to join in another 4-5 minutes. So thank you for each one of you. Before we disconnect, you have any question, you can ask. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for nicely explaining us the Nursing Dev's appearance. We are blessed to hear twice from you today, Prabhuji, in the morning session 1 and now. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
It's a
Dandavat
blessing.
Thank you,
pranam.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Pranam, Jai Krishna Prabhuji. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much, Prabhuji.
Har bol, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. It's all the blessings of all the devotees, all the Matajis who are just like my mother, and all the Prabhujis who are there with me in the journey. So basically, we are just what I say is always, I'm just an insignificant servant to all of you, trying to serve at the lotus feet of each and every one of you. And taking the prayers into my heart, I pray for all of you on this Narsindev Chaturdasi Jayanti. We all join together, pray to the Lord, as all we say that may all the obstacles in our bhakti life gets destroyed. We all just have to develop one thing. What I told is, get nearer to the God. Be a Brahmana. Brahmana, it doesn't. The word Brahmana, please don't get confused by talking some people. Maybe some guy. We have to be a Brahmana. Anyone, Mataji and Prabhuji, all of you. So being a Brahmana means going near to the Lord, nearest to the Lord. Thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji, for being with me and listening.
Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
very much.
Krishna,
We are
Prabhuji.
blessed to hear
Thank you,
from
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare
In the
Krishna,
busy, you
Prabhuji,
have
thank
busy,
you.
but you have taken time, and we are fortunate, Prabhuji.
No, actually,
Yes, because I know you are busy.
actually, today I was thinking of going ahead with the Chetan Charitamrita, but then I thought today is one of the day when we have to glorify our Lord Narsimhadev. So today I took those. I just had only one thing in my mind. Let's all join together, pray to Lord, because He's the most merciful. Like Prabhupada said that ISKCON devotees, Lord Narsimha is there. In fact, in the lotus feet of the Lord Narsimha, Lord Ganesh also. Ganesh goes there every morning. Mangal Aarti, he reaches before all of us, and he prays there. He takes the strength from Lord Narsimha, and that's why Vignasak Narsimdev Bhagwan. There are many pastimes. Not only the devotee circle, we can come to know from the Bhagavatam also. So the faith which we have is unflinching, and especially the ISKCON devotees. Whenever I go out, I drive my car, I first do is the stuti of the prayers. Namaste Narsimha. So that way I just keep my faith, and I have seen on the road in the miracles, because when I start from my house, if I am driving or if my driver is driving or anyone, what I have to do is basically I'll do the prayers when I'm sitting backside or if I am on the with the steering. And I have seen it makes me merry, it makes me concentrate on driving, makes me understand that many times, because on the road, that so difficulties are there. I'm talking about this because this is especially because Lord always sees that my devotees, they don't get affected. So let us all pray on this day and take all the blessings. And I take blessings from all of you also, because you gave your time to listening to this significant person. I don't have any kind of qualification to talk about, but just being in front of you, I just try to say something.
Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So we will meet again next week with our Lila Amrita, continuing to okay. And again, I pray for all of you today. Please pray for me also. Thank you so much.